Hello, both. Good to see you again. Jeff Maglicetti with All Knicks. Obviously, this has been an exciting offseason, but one of sacrifice where so many familiar faces went elsewhere. However, you two are still here. You two are deemed an essential part to what the Liberty are trying to build here, one laden with championship aspirations. So, what does it mean to have that level of trust from the organization, that vote of confidence that you guys are essential to what this team is trying to build?
Go. No, I mean, I think it means a lot, and I think everyone here is brought in. One of the things that's been communicated is everyone here is here for a reason, adds value, and I think just holding on to that and coming in, being focused day by day, is something that I think we all take to heart. But just knowing that we are all here for a reason and we're brought into what we're trying to do and building. So
I was gonna say, just to piggyback off what you said, it's reassuring to have that sort of confidence, in Sandy and JK, that they pour into us, and I think they do a good job at like preaching. We are a big piece on this team, and so when they do that, we go out there and we just play with confidence, and I think that's how you become a great team, like having confidence from the top to the bottom.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. And you two have taken different yet similar journeys to this league. Both of you have rose from, adversity that was far from your fault. Both of you have come in here to really establish yourself, again, as essential to what the Liberty is trying to build here. So what have you two kind of learned from each other as your professional journeys continue?
I, from Joss, have definitely learned like the recovery process. I hate the ice tub. I hate lifting. I hate going to the training room. And one thing about Joss, she's a professional and she acts like a professional. I think being with her has like taught me to be a professional on that side of the world. So I just got out of the ice tub, and if anybody knows me, you'll never see me in the ice tub. So like I've been in there every single day because I need it, and I think Joss has done a good job for me in that.
no, I think I've been so proud of DiDi this offseason. Like I came back from overseas and I was like, wow, you have grown so much. And so thanks for saying that. I think something DiDi and I have both shared and we talk about is like patience. That's something that's been really trying for both of us, I think, but has been so crucial to our journeys. With injuries, with being a role player, like there's so much to it. So learning patience and then also just being mentally tough and resilient through the highs and lows of a season, but also in between seasons. I think those are two things that we both are like, we got this. We're going through
Right.
it.
We like lean on each other. I'm looking at her like, you feel what I'm feeling?
Yeah.
Cool.
Jackie.
Hello, good to see you
Hi.
both. So the first question is for both of you. What does it mean to be a part of the New York Liberty, and who do you have to be here and be in this organization?
I think for me, it means the world to be on this team in New York with the fans. Just New York's culture is so rich, whether that be like New York as in the state or New York as in New York Liberty. I think Coach Sandy and JK have done a good job at like instilling a high character team and a high culture team, and so it means the world to be a part. And I hope that I can continue to be a part of New York Liberty. But like you said, for your second question, like what player do I have to be on New York Liberty? I think I just got to do what I do, and that's just play defense, do the little thing, get to 50-50 balls, be a high energy player, and be the spark off the bench that I am.
Thank you. And Jocelyn.
Yeah, no, I agree with a lot of that. Especially for me being from New Jersey, like this is my hometown team. It means a lot. This is one of the, original teams in the league. And so just the rich history and legacy and the opportunity, I think that's the big thing. There's a huge opportunity for us to take it to the next level. And like we all know, we want that championship that we haven't had. And so it means a lot. It's a special journey, I think, in terms of what kind of player you have to be. I think it's a little bit different for each person, but at the end of the day, you got to be bought in, and you have to be professional, and I think you have to be selfless. I think that's a big word that we've talked about a lot, and for it to work out the way we want to, like people are going to have to come out of themselves and be in for the team.
Great. And one more for both of you. I asked Benijah and Steph this question earlier. I'm curious how you see the leadership structure of this team changing this year. Like DiDi, in the documentary film Unfinished Business, you have this quote where you come in and you say, when Benijah walked in, she was the leader. And then obviously, Steph took on leadership in 2022. And so with so many different veterans, I'm curious what that structure will look like this year and how you both see yourselves as part of that.
Yeah, I think leadership is slowly established, and I feel like we clearly do have veterans, and they all have a leadership role. But in terms of like a clear hierarchy, there's not one, I would say,
Right.
quite yet. Um, but I think we all take ownership for the overall process, and regardless of if you're a first-year player, a rookie, or 12-year
Right.
player, it's not like anybody can't have a voice. I think we all have input, but I think the difference this year is having players and veterans who've been there, who've been MVPs, who've been in the finals, who've had some of those, just higher levels of success. And I think in the past we've had veterans, but more, I would say, newer into the role of being that alpha leader. And so now we have people who've been there already, and I think that's really what changes the dynamics, in my opinion.
I guess I agree with the same thing. I think we have, like you said, we have so many veterans and we have so many leaders. So I just think it's important that we just don't silence one because you bring in Stewie or you bring in Sue and JJ. Like, B continues to talk, Steph continues to talk, Sap continues to talk. Like, their leadership doesn't change. And you can you feel everybody on the court. And I think that's what I like about the team. It's like we're a team full of leaders. And, like, we're all going to talk. We all going to say something. We're all going to, are in it to win it kind of thing. And I think that's what I like about the team this year.
Thank you.
Hey, Miles.
Hey, how's it going? Both of you, Sandy Brondello always talks about how she loves both of your versatility and your ability to defend multiple positions, but to also be able to score in different points on the floor. How do you set or define a role for yourself, knowing that could be changing from day to day?
That's a great question. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's my MO right now, is just trying to figure out the role. Like, it's like you said, she preaches versatility. It's like, DiDi, you play 1 through 4, you guard 1 through 4, figure it out. And I'm like, cool. So what do you want me to do? So I don't know. I think just staying present and being in the moment for me. So like I said, when I be my present, I mean, like, one game I might need to be that role where I'm the one. There's another game I might just be the defender. There's another game I might need to get a rebound or two today, So just kind of being in the moment and listening and just watching the game. Honestly, I think that's, for me, that's all it takes, is just seeing the game, seeing what the team needs, and bringing that to the table.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think, one of the things that we've both had to learn, is like to be adaptive and be flexible. And I feel like you can only be successful or go so far if you're able to do that. And so part of it, as DiDi said, is just having a feel, but realizing like every day you can do something. It might not look the same. Some days your job is to run the floor, get to the corners,
Right.
and space out. Some days your job is to, drive and kick. And so it's going to change day by day, but realizing that you can always do something to add value and controlling what you can control.
I'm about saying you can always play defense. That's one thing we can always do. I know that's my role.
And talk.
That's the one thing we know.
Yeah.
Brian?
Hi guys, Brian Florentin from Nets Daily and the Local W. DiDi, my first question's for you. What part of your game do you think you were able to build on the most during the off season as you came into camp?
I definitely put up a lot of shots. I did a lot of ball handling. I kind of just rolled out some kinks on the offense for me. I think for me the biggest thing was experience, was just understanding the plays, understanding the speed of the game. And I think once I got that, it was cool. But definitely this offseason I put up a lot of shots. If y'all were there, I know y'all saw my air ball today. That clearly it doesn't show that. But no, I've just been shooting a lot, and I've just been trying to get comfortable with the ball in my hand because that's where they think that I'm going to flourish. So just doing stuff like that this offseason was what I did.
Thank you. And Jocelyn, what part of camp do you think has been the most successful for you so far as like building and establishing your game?
That's a great question.
Yeah, that's a great question. For me, how I would define like success is comparing where I was last year to this year. And so for me, last year, coming off an injury, getting used to new coaching staff, it was very overwhelming, and I would say I was lost.
Absolutely. Me too.
And so now this year, just having a better sense of the style of play, spacing, filling the floors, and doing those things, I feel like for me that's big growth and what I would count as success, and being healthy as well.
Amen.
Hi, Howard Mandel, the Nets. DiDi, Jocelyn, it was great to see you both. I actually, for each of you, have questions that are more bigger picture college questions. And DiDi, I want to start with you. Obviously, what your former coach, Tim Mulkey, is doing at LSU
Period.
is pretty unprecedented, the way in which the team's built. It's coming off a championship with 9 new players, but it's also with so much around branding. My 2 questions about that for you are just, people talk about it's so different, but how do you see it as better? And also just, how significant do you think it is that people are able to build, you were kind of ahead of your time to be able to build a brand early, but for people to be able to do that, for that to be more and more common in the college game, how important is that for women's basketball?
Oh my gosh, it's so important. I'm so happy it's happening. I'm a little jealous. I wish it would have happened while I was in college, but I'm really happy that it's happening because I know whenever I got drafted here, I got dropped in New York, like New York City, where like everything is, the lights are big here, the world's big here, and I had no idea what my brand was and how I wanted to build a brand. And so going through classes with that, or having a brand partner for me, like they have that now. So whenever they get to the big league, they have nothing to worry about. So I'm kind of excited that they're able to do that, and they're able to do it at such a young age. And go freaking Kim Mulkey, like what?
I appreciate it. And Jocelyn, just as a Jersey product, to see what Coquise is doing at Rutgers, bringing in not just talent, but Jersey talent, how important is it for New Jersey basketball to have Rutgers not just be around, but be a power? And also, bless you.
No, I think it's so important. One of the keys to recruiting is getting local talent and winning, your home ground, your state. And so to get that talent to go to Rutgers, our state university, is really important. And it's just an exciting time. Obviously Coach Stringer was there for a very long time and was a legendary coach and did great things for the program. And to see her network of players is amazing. And so now it's, interesting and exciting to see the next coach take the torch and, see what happens with it.
Thank you both.
You guys are so awesome.
Perfect. All set. Thank you,
Thank you all.
DiDi. Thank you, Joss.